অনেক দূর হবে না তো বিদেশ বিদেশ করে বিদেশ স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর হবে না তো বিদেশ বিদেশ করে বিদেশ স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর হবে না তো
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good evening. Welcome to our new show. I am Rukia Kabir and our new program is called Garden Gossip. It's all about talking about our passion, our hobby, what we like, a life of a woman, fashion, anything we want to talk about, chit chat, gossip. Today we have a very special guest with us today and she's from Manchester. Well, I would like to welcome Louisa Apu.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, Rukia. Thanks for inviting me on your show.
You're welcome. Nice to have you on our show. So, Louisa, tell us a bit about yourself. As I said, you're from Manchester. So, where about in Manchester?
I'm from South Manchester area called Didsbury. I was born in Manchester many years ago in the Moss Side district, and I grew up in an area called Burnage, which is South Manchester, and I now live in Didsbury.
Right, Didsbury, that's quite close to Winslow Road, isn't it?
Winslow Road sort of cuts through Didsbury. It's a very long road.
Do you know what? I love Manchester, and I actually lived in Manchester for 1 year on Winslow Road.
Oh gosh, yeah, not far from.
No, I loved Manchester, and when my husband was doing the MBA, I moved there for a year, and Manchester is amazing place. I love it. You're very lucky to live in Manchester. Yeah. Very lively city, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's where I was born, so I'm a bit biased that I'll say that yes, Manchester is a great place to live.
Yeah, no, especially you've got the biggest shopping centre, the Trafford Centre.
Yes, we've got the Trafford Centre. We've got the Curry Mile for the Asian shops.
All on Winslow Road, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the gold shop, the clothes shop,
gold sari shops, the curry houses, the Curry Mile. It's not so much a Curry Mile anymore. It's a lot of Shisha Mile, I think. A lot of Shisha places have sprung up.
It's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Wow. See, we've got another person here, Rezwan Islam, saying, I was born in Salford, Manchester. Oh, wow.
Oh, gosh, yeah, Salford. Salford. My daughter lives in Salford, so it's about 12 miles from where I am. It's just on the border of Manchester, Salford.
Yes, Manchester. My husband was in Salford University, so yeah, we know quite a bit about Manchester. It was a great experience living there. So, so you lived in Manchester all your life, as you said?
Yeah, born and bred.
Wow.
Many years ago. A long time ago, I was born.
Yes, I won't ask you how many years.
Well, I don't mind. I was 60 this December.
So. Oh wow! You don't mind sharing your age?
Yeah, I'm 60. Yeah, I don't mind.
No, I'm not that confident about sharing my age. So, how did you find out about BGS then?
Well, through social media. Somebody who I know on Facebook, through Facebook, and I'd met in a women's group here in Manchester called Better We, a lady called Jasmine Chowdhury, who features a lot on your BGS channel.
Right.
I noticed she'd made a comment on some sort of gardening topic, and I made a comment on there, and then she said, oh, I should invite you to this group because I know you like, gardening, Bangladeshi plants, etc. So that's how I learned, and that was last year. So it's about 6-7 months ago, I think it was, when I joined.
Right, and okay, so it's been quite a while though. I think longer than I have. And so you've also you have a connection with Bangladesh, don't you?
Yes. My dad was born in Bangladesh, and my mother was Irish. The two of them produced me, and I've got 2 siblings, and yeah, so that's my background. I'm mixed race. I think that's the correct terminology to use nowadays. So yes, half Bangladeshi, half Irish, but born here in the UK. So that's my connection to Bangladesh.
So have you been to Bangladesh then?
Yes, the first visit I made was 1979, and I lived in my dad's village for about a year. And it was a proper rural village, no electricity, no running water.
Wow.
So the full-on village experience. I got to see all the seasons in Bangladesh during that time. So yeah, very memorable.
And how long did you stay that time, did you say?
About a year.
A year. And no
Yeah.
electricity, no nothing. So that must
No
have been quite
electricity.
difficult.
Yeah, we just had the pukur. We used to get our water from the pukur, and
Oh,
we
I
had
see.
kulshis. Me and my sister, my half sister, we put sterilizing tablets in the kulshis. We didn't even have the pump water. We didn't have a pump.
Really?
So we
Wow.
put sterilizing tablets in it. You know, we took massive amount of sterilizing tablets, and we used to put them in. And our water was kept separate because it was very important to.
And you used to just
make
drink
sure-
that from that. You used to just
Pardon?
drink it like. So you used to
Yeah,
just
yeah.
drink it
Once we
without
sterilized
boiling
the
it
water, the water would be boiled. Our water would be
Right.
boiled.
Right.
They
Yes.
had
Yes.
what they call the undal outside,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and they would boil our water for us, and our water would be kept separate. So you know, we would drink from these separate vessels, these kulshis. So that was
Right.
ours,
Yes.
you know, to keep us from getting ill, because I think that's the main issue in Bangladesh, the water.
Big issue, isn't it? Yeah. As
Yeah.
long as the water's safe, you're safe.
Yeah, so I survived, came out the other end.
So how many times have you visited Bangladesh so far?
So over the years, my last visit was last year, but I'd say it's about 10 visits. That would be about 10 times I've been
Oh, wow.
to Bangladesh.
And do you
so-
go to different parts of Bangladesh, or do you just go and see your family and stuff?
Well, the first visit was obviously in Sylhet, in a rural area, and the other visits were mainly in my in-laws. So my husband's from Bangladesh, and his parents from different parts of Bangladesh, but they both settled in Dhaka. So whenever I went back to Bangladesh, I always stayed with my in-laws in Dhaka. We did travel a little bit around. I went to Chittagong and, you know, the usual sightseeing things that you do, Cox's Bazars and places like that. But mainly we'd stay at my in-laws' place. Different parts of Dhaka. Firstly, it was Indira Road, Farmgate, Tesco area.
Wow.
That's where my in-laws where I first went to. And then later on they moved. My last visit, I stayed with my niece's, my husband's niece in Gulshan. So
Okay, in Dhaka, Gulshan, yeah?
Yeah.
Is
So
that- yeah. Mhm.
So yeah, that was the last visit. It was last year, like literally. So
Do you like go at different season, or do you always go in summer?
different times. The majority of times we've been, because my kids, when they were younger, obviously I couldn't take them during the school term.
Yes, of course,
So a lot of the holiday season, you know, were around December when it was a bit cooler. But during the summer holidays, actually, we did do a couple of trips. So I have been in the summer as well, in July, August, when it was really, really hot. So
I've got
mainly winter, February. There's a good time to go. This month is a good time to go.
Yeah, definitely. I just had a comment here, Rijaka Rahmat. She was saying that do you like Cox's Bazar? Have you been to Cox's Bazar?
Yes. First visit was 1981, and then the last visit was 2012. So yeah,
Wow.
it's very nice. A little bit crowded at some points, but when I first went, it was not as commercial as it is now. You know, it was quite sort of like, I wouldn't say isolated, but there weren't many hotels at that point in 1981. But now that, well, it's practically full of hotels now and lots of tourists there.
Okay. So that's one place in Bangladesh I haven't been. I've been to Bangladesh so many times, but I've never been to Cox's Bazar, and I would
Oh,
love
no.
to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to be one of the longest natural beaches in the world.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah.
Yes. So one day, inshallah, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Oh, look, Rajika Rahman Babi saying, Louise, your Bangla is very nice.
Oh, thank
So
you.
I think she's heard you speak Bangla before.
Yes. It's not brilliant, my Bangla. It's very mixed. It's mixed with Manchester Mancunian dialect, a bit of Sylheti dialect, because my dad was from Sylhet, so obviously I've got and then my husband's in-laws, you know, are there from Dhaka, so it's very, very mixed, my Bangla. So you'll have to
Which is
excuse
good,
it.
which is good. Mahmoud Tinku is saying, is it women only program? Unfortunately, yes, it says gossip, women's gossip. Yes, it's for ladies only. Sorry to disappoint you, bye. It says men allowed to comment or watch. Let's have a think. Are they allowed to watch and make comment? We'll let you do that, yeah? Yeah. Mahmouda Prabha says, hello, Louise and Rokia Kabir. Good evening. Oh, good evening to you.
Good
Prabha.
evening.
Yeah. Oh, Khairul Anambai said, did you not go to Sylhet, Hobbyganj and Molly Bazar?
Yes, I did actually. This last visit in February, me and my husband went. It was just me and my husband this time. Kids are all grown up; they're adults now. They all do their own thing. So me and my husband went, and we stayed in. My husband has a schoolmate, a college mate from Sylhet MC College, who he met. He met my husband actually, although they're from Dhaka. He and his family lived in Sunamgunj, Sylhet, and he went to Sylhet MC College 50 years ago. And so he met up with his friends, and one of them is from Molly Bazar. And we visited his classmates in Molly Bazar, a house, I think it's called Tilabari.
Okay.
So yeah, I went to Molly Bazar, and me and my husband, we stayed in a hotel in Sri Mongol. So that was nice, and we visited all the tea gardens. It was very, you know, it was lovely.
Yes, Sri Mongol's beautiful. I've been there as well. So, so who is in your family then? Tell us a bit about your family.
What's to tell? My dad was from the Sylhet area. It's an area called Dinarpur. His village is Ramlu, and my dad passed away in June 30th, 1983. My mum passed away in the same year, November the 30th. So I've not had my parents around for many, many years. I've got half siblings from my dad's first marriage. They're Bangladeshi born, but they came to this country in their teens. They were teenagers. So we've sort of grown up together. And my own family, obviously my husband's Bangladeshi, and I've got 3 adult kids, you know, a son and 2 daughters.
How old are your children?
My youngest is 22. My eldest is, I don't know if I should say his age. So he doesn't like to.
Okay.
He's quite private.
We've got one comment here which I have to read. It's Nilufa Moshe. She said, Louise, when I heard the word Undal, it brought back memories of Sylhet and the village. You are a real Sylheti lady.
Oh.
What Sylhet are you from? Undal.
As I just said, it's my dad's place is Dinarpur. So Dinarpur, it's the nearest town is Nobbygunj. So we're about 9 miles from Nobbygunj. And it's on the Sylhet to Dhaka highway. So literally there's a main road and the village is right next to it. I can find it on Google Maps, but
Yeah, I think we'll pass it to Bobby.
yeah.
We had just missed a comment. Okay, and Shanaz Hussain said, "Hello, Louise. Welcome to the show. I have seen your YouTube video. Very impressive."
Oh,
Oh,
thank you, Shanaz. Thank you very much.
Khairul Anambai said, "My father graduated from NC College in Sylhet in 1945."
Wow. Wow.
So quite a long time ago, but nice to know. Rizwan Islam, no, we can give gossiping a try. I think all the men are they're very eager to come and gossip on this show. Mahmouda Prabha, it melts my heart when we see so many people around the world are coming across and finding connection with each other in the ground of BGS.
Yes, it's a great way to connect, isn't it, with people who have similar interests, through the internet, through Facebook, whatever platform, whatever social media. It's a great tool, isn't it, to meet up with like-minded people.
Yes, of course. It's a brilliant platform. I've got another comment here. Iqbal Hussain saying, "Can you speak Sylheti?"
I can, but I don't know if it's good. Kita balas ni.
Wow, that's very good. He said, "Hi, Louise." Iqbal Hussain said, "Hi, Louise. Do you think you like Hukun Shira?"
Do you mean Hutki Shira? I don't really like Hutki Shira. I like Hutki Botta.
Oh, can you make
I
some?
can't make it because my husband doesn't like the smell. And the only time I could have it, obviously when my dad was alive, he would make it. But when I went to Bangladesh, my mother-in-law actually liked shutki, but the rest, well, I have a brother-in-law. He didn't like it either. So I was very limited in where I could eat it. But I have friends here in Manchester and they know I like shutki, so they'll make it for me. But I can't have it in the house because my husband doesn't like it. I don't like the smell.
Unlike you, I like it, but I've actually never made anything to do with hutki yet, I'll say. I would love to. One day, I think I will follow, my mum. She does really nice ones, but I've never done it.
Does she? Oh.
Yeah. She always, whenever she cooks, she'll send me a container. So that's why, actually, I've been quite lazy and not tried it myself.
Oh, that's nice.
We've got one more comment here. Nilifa Musha. She said, "Do you indulge in Sylheti cooking? Shathora, yummy."
Oh.
Do you like
actually?
What that is?
I like the look of the shatkura, but I don't like the taste of it in curry. It's just something. My dad used to cook it a lot. So back in the 80s, when, or not the 80s, I'm talking about the 70s, when you used to get a limited supply of Bangladeshi vegetables coming into the UK.
Yes.
When my dad used to get it, he would cut it up and he would string it up to dry to preserve it. So,
wow.
Yeah, and then he'd take off the pieces and he would add it to the curry. So whether it was a meat curry or a fish curry, because my dad was a chef, that was his background. And he used to cook it, and I didn't like the taste, to be honest with you. But I do like the look of the fruit. So for me, it's the plants and the fruit. It's I'm not keen on the curry. I do like sour curry, but it's the shatkara has that strong perfume.
And I think I had a little bit in my curry, so it gives that fragrance, nice smell.
Yeah.
So taste and the bitterness to it. If you add too much, it adds that bitterness, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like lemons and I like limes.
Do you like Bangladeshi lemon?
Bangladeshi lebu. I like that on the side of the plate, the smell and everything. But I don't like it in a curry. I wouldn't. It's just, sorry to disappoint.
I'll read another comment here. Anwar H. Khan said, "How do you both make your husband happy?" Oh. You have to answer the question as a gardener.
Ooh. Bit of an odd question, that.
Yeah, I'll let you answer.
Do I have to make my husband happy?
He said, "How do you both make your husband happy?" But with the gardening tip, how?
I'm not sure how to answer that, to be honest with you.
I think I do it by making all the vegetables from the garden. I cook delicious curry for my husband, and that's how I make him happy from the gardening.
Right, right. Okay. I'll go along with that. Yeah.
Well, you go.
What you said. What you said.
Yes, of course. That's the best way, isn't it? How else
Yeah.
can we do it with the garden? And then
Yeah.
another thing is, my husband
Fruits,
loves
the
gardening.
fruits of our labour. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
they benefit.
I mean, he does the gardening, and I just sit there and give him company, and that's where I keep him happy as well. Play his favorite songs and stuff. Yeah. So I've got here another question, Mahmouda Prava. We call it shutki, and life seems impossible to me without shutki, especially shutki borta. Yes, it is one. It's quite popular, isn't it? And very
Yeah.
well known in Bangladesh. Yeah.
You either love it or you hate it. Because some
Yes,
people don't
yes.
like the smell, and they won't
Yeah.
touch it and they won't taste it. And to be honest, I never liked it before I went to Bangladesh for the first time, and then somebody made me very, very dry sort of the little fish shutki,
Mhm.
and they were literally toasting it in a pan. And that was the first time I had it. I literally just, bit it,
Yeah.
like crispy and crunchy. I ate it. I was quite ill at the time, and that was the only thing that I
You
would
could eat.
pick out and eat. But
Right.
yeah, so it's not for everybody.
No, it's not everyone's cup of tea. No, no, no. I've got another question here, Mahmouda Prava. Do you have Zara Lebu in your plant connection? I think it's
I did have a couple of years ago, 2018. I got some Zara Lebu cuttings. My husband came back from Bangladesh and he brought some for me. There was a
Right.
chap in Bangladesh who had his own Zara Lebu. He had an orchard basically, and he grew lots of different types of fruit trees. And I sent him some cuttings with my husband
Right.
from my orange trees, and he sent me some Zara Lebu cuttings. But they failed, to be honest with you. They didn't last very long. And then
No, I
I
think so
grew some from seed, but they weren't very healthy plants. So it's a shame, really. I would have loved to have
Yeah.
grown, a proper one.
And I've seen my husband try a few times, and he failed as well. It's
Yeah,
because I think
it's
it's
a
the weather
tricky
to
one.
blame,
It's
isn't
a
it? The
tricky one
weather.
to grow. Yeah.
Yeah. It needs a hot tropical country, isn't it? And here it's too cold for it to
Yeah.
survive. Yeah. Oh, Sharkar Mukul said, both doing great. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the confidence. Laila Sultana Sharma said, hi, lovely ladies. I'm watching from Bolton. Oh, Manchester.
All right, you're not far then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bolton.
a fellow Northwest person.
Yeah. And then Humayun Kabir, brilliant program. Thank you.
Thank
I wonder
you.
who that is. Anwar H. Khan said there's so many hardworking gardeners at Manchester.
Oh, definitely. There are plenty of people, much better gardeners, than me, that grow excellent Bangladeshi, Bangla Lao, Seam. I've seen some really good specimens of fruit and vegetables that Bangladeshi gardeners here in Manchester have grown. Very impressed.
Do you have a lot of friends that in common that you guys do things like Bangladeshi vegetables and stuff and share each other's stuff?
I wouldn't say share each other's stuff. I think because it's limited in the amount that you can grow here. But I go and I look at other people's gardens, and I say, I'm very impressed by what they've produced. And hats off to anybody trying to grow in the Northwest. Rainy city, as Manchester is not known for its sun. We get too much rain here, so if anybody can produce a lot of Bangladeshi vegetables, I think well done. Respect to them.
Yes, that is so true. The only reason we didn't settle in Manchester was because of the weather. That was in year 2000. We moved to Manchester for a year, and we moved back to Cambridge just because my husband did not like the weather. He said it's too much. Rain all the time. But I love the shopping aspect of it, and he didn't like the weather because he's a gardener. He wanted a bit more better weather to grow his vegetables.
The further south you go, obviously you get the better weather, and it's
yes, of course. I forgot to mention one thing to
what we have.
I forgot to mention to my viewers that I mean, everyone's been great writing everything in English, but I was supposed to, I've completely forgot to say please comment in English, which everyone is doing. It's amazing. Thank you so
Oh.
much. Without
Oh,
even me asking, they've been doing it.
That's my sister there, Jellica Marie Udin. That's my sister.
Oh,
Hi. Well, we could
hi,
Nikki.
Jellica. She
Her
said
nickname's Nikki.
Solomon, Louise,
Hello,
and
Nikki.
Brooke. I
How
think
are
she's trying to.
you? My sister, she lives in Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh, okay. So nice to see. Oh, you've got your family support there.
Yes.
Nilüfer Moshe.
More family to comment, hopefully. I told everybody you must watch.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you need, don't you? Family support.
Yeah.
And that's great. Friends and family supporting. That's amazing. I've got one more comment here. Nilüfer Moshe. She said, Rokia, well done. Loving the program. Hope to meet Louise and family at our next get together. Yes, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Would love to meet you face to face. Yes. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, everyone, for the confidence. As you know, it's first time. I am a bit on the nervous side. With experience, with time, hopefully things will get better and easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anwar Bai said, when can we visit your garden, Louisa Park?
Well, you're welcome to come down. If you want to visit the rainy city, Manchester, I'd suggest coming in the summer.
Yes,
nothing to see
definitely.
here at the moment, I'm afraid. Very dull and wet.
Yes, it's quite well done. We've got another comment here, Mahmouda Prava. We did Zara plant here from the seed last year, and it's doing quite well so far, alhamdulillah. Oh, nearly 1.5 feet long. Wow. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. Oh, sounds promising a bit.
Yeah, very promising.
Yeah.
I grew some citrus, was it last year or the year before? Adalebu. And I found these in the local Asian grocers, the Bangladeshi shop, and had loads of seeds and had tons of them popped up, and they were at this height. And then what did I do? I left them outside during this winter period. They had some aphids, they had insects on them. So I thought, put them outside, and I put them near my door, and I forgot about them. And the frost has killed off every single one, because we had a very severe, well, everywhere in the UK, I think, suffered with this -8. So they couldn't stand the -8. So all in the bin, I'm afraid. But I will try again and grow some from seed. I had some seed left over, actually, when I came back from Bangladesh last year. I brought another Adalebu with me. And so I took the seeds out, and I literally just planted them, I think, a week ago. So maybe I'll still be able to get, some other.
Hopefully, inshallah, near future we can have some from your garden. We've got another comment here. Khairul Anambai said, the Lao Queen of BGS is from Manchester. Did you know that? I didn't.
You mean Jasmine Chowdhury?
Oh, I see. You guys know about this. Now I know the top secret. Anwar Khan is also saying that, what is your favorite vegetable? And have you grown this vegetable last year? So what was your favorite vegetable?
I think the Bangladeshi vegetable, or any vegetable, or what we talk about.
He said, what is your favorite vegetable?
I like aubergine, to be honest with you. Aubergine's my favorite vegetable. My kids like to eat it, so I like to grow things that I eat, The other one is, I do like one of the Bangladeshi vegetables, the sim or uri, the hyacinth bean. So I have grown them, but last year I was very late. I came back from Bangladesh, and my husband was quite ill, and he ended up in hospital for a month. I didn't start planting anything till April. So although I tried to grow the sim, it grew to quite a big plant, but I didn't get any flowers. It was too late for flowering. It was like October, November. So it was far too late. But previously, the year before, I grew the white flowering variety of sim, and I got a good crop. So I do like the beans. I like those type of beans.
Yes.
I don't like cook it beans though. not
But do
keen
you
on.
cook it in like Bangladeshi style curry, or do you like stir fry?
I like it as in a bhaji.
Bhaji, yeah.
Sort of like stir fry.
Yeah.
I like it in a curry, but somebody else would have to cook the curry. I'm not good at cooking fish because, it's just one of those things. I don't really cook fish that much. I know Bangladeshis like to live on fish, but
I was about to say that. Do you cook
but
the fish?
I'll eat it if somebody else has cooked it.
Right. But yeah, no, the same on woody. I personally like it with the fish, Bangladeshi fish. It goes really well with Bangladeshi fish. So yeah. We've got another question for you. Anwar Ithanbai said, we received some seeds of from Sim, from you. Thank you for
I sent
the seeds.
got tons of seeds from Bangladesh.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had several packets of SIM, and I noticed on the BGS forum they had mentioned that they didn't have many SIM. I know that lots of people had sent in Bangladesh seeds and stuff like that, but they didn't have many hyacinth beans. So I sent some in. Yeah, I've still got more. If anybody needs more seeds.
Okay, I think you'll get a lot of now inboxes. And it's so nice that Anwar remembers exactly what you said. He's probably had so many seeds and stuff, but he still remembers what you said. That's amazing memory, isn't it? Well done, Anwar Bhai. Sharkar Mukul Bhai saying, what are you growing in the winter?
Well, when you say growing, I'm not actually growing anything. I've just planted some chives, and I've planted some spring onions, some lettuce, and I've just planted some chili seeds and aubergine. So nothing's actually, well, they've germinated, but there's no crop at this moment.
No. There's another question. Mahmouda Prova. She said, does your sister do gardening as well?
My sister? No, I don't think. No. I think it was just me and my dad really that were keen on gardening. I don't think anyone else had the same interest as me. I think it was just something I picked up with my dad. Out of my family, I think I'm the only one really.
Oh, really? That's nice. You've got the green fingers. Oh, look, we've got Moshami Parvin Mithu saying nice program.
Oh, thank you.
Moshami. Sharkar Mukul saying gossip going well. Yeah, we've still got a lot more to gossip about, haven't we? Joyce Paul said, welcome. Oh, you both looking so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Don't know about no filter.
Keep the compliments coming.
Yeah, that's it. Alvan Nipa said, nice to see you both. Oh, thank you.
Oh, nice to see you. Thank you, Ava.
So nice. Yeah, everyone's making us feel so relaxed and comfortable now. Mahmouda Prabha said, hope he's doing well now. I think because you said your husband was a bit poor.
Yes, my husband actually, I'll tell you a little bit about it. I won't go too much detail, but whilst we were on holiday, I think it was in the third week of the holiday, my husband suffered a heart attack. And so he was admitted into hospital. And so we were actually heading back to England at the time. We were supposed to be coming back that week. So obviously everything was put back, and then he was deemed fit to fly 9 days later. And so we came back slightly delayed, from our. And then he was admitted to hospital for a month when we came back. But he's okay now. He's better.
It's good that you came here right time.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. Yeah, no, inshallah he'll get recover fully. Everyone will make dua.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so Anwar Bhai, sorry, I'm saying Anwar Bhai because that's what I call him. Anwar, do you have any suggestion for BGS new gardeners?
When you say suggestions, maybe if you want to ask me a particular question, like if you're a beginner in gardening, follow the BGS shows that they have. Is it on a Friday, I think? And they do like little question and answer sessions on germination. I think it was a topic on germination recently. Maybe follow their programs, and then you'll be able to, if you're brand new to gardening, you want to know how to germinate seeds, I think the BGS channel is a good place to start. You know, particularly if you're trying to grow Bangladeshi vegetables,
Yes.
it's a bit more.
It's
Bit more
Share and
involved.
Care, Friday 9
Yes,
o'clock.
Share and Care. Yes, definitely. Watch those
Thank
programs.
you, Mukubai.
Yeah. And ask questions, you know, on the BGS Facebook group, the Bangladesh Gardeners Society. Ask questions in there, you know. And I know people do anyway, but I think that's a good place to start.
Yeah, definitely. Mahbub Mushabbai saying, Louise, we are so proud to have you on BGS family. Oh,
thank you.
How are you enjoying your time with BGS? Oh, that's a good question. How are you enjoying your time?
It's been very nice. People have been very welcoming. The posts that I've put on the BGS Facebook group, people have made lovely comments, and it's so nice to sort of interact with people who have got the same interests, because not everybody's interested in gardening. And sometimes when you talk to people about the garden, and if they've got zero interest, you can see the faces sort of, again, gardening. So it's a nice place to come where people are as enthusiastic as myself about gardening. So it's wonderful.
I was saying, would like to hear your thoughts and comments and compliments or suggestions. Yeah, I mean, it is a very good platform to put all you garden lovers together, isn't it?
It is,
It's an amazing platform. Yes. And everyone, not just like gardening, you can also, like now what we're doing, that's something new. This is something new to launch, and which I'm really enjoying talking to you, finding about you, and, you know, hopefully I'll find about lots of other lovely ladies on our BGS.
Yeah, I mean, and people are popping up on here saying they're from different parts of the country, or some are from Manchester. So it's nice to, you know, it's nice to know where people are from as well.
Exactly. Yes.
And maybe
you're going to find out more new friends.
Get together with these people, you know, at some point. Who knows?
Yeah. Exactly. It's a new start, isn't it? Rizwan Islam is saying, gossip is when we discuss about our neighbor's ugly garden.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, we're not going to do those kind of.
No, we don't do that.
Because the neighbors watching it as well. They're on live. We're on live.
Oh, I have very nice neighbors.
Yeah, me too. I've got lovely neighbors too. We're lucky to have lovely neighbors.
And you know what? I'm very nosy. When I visit people, I always look at the gardens. I mean, previously I used to work for the council. I'm retired now, and part of my job was I visited people, mainly people with disabilities. So I'd visit them in their own home, and then when I'd finished doing the actual work, the assessment, I would always have a peek out the window, and if they've got a nice garden, I'd ask them about the garden. And sometimes they give me a tour of the garden, and you get ideas as well, you know, people growing different things. So I won't call anybody's garden ugly. No. People garden different ways, don't they? You know.
Yes, of course. There was one question that I've just missed. But yeah. Mahmouda Prabha said, you are really a very good student, Louise, I must say. Oh.
Thank you.
That's good. Humayun Kabir.
A bit old, I think.
He's asking me, okay, where are you from? What, in UK? Cambridge? Or is he asking me in Bangladesh? I'm not sure which one. Right. So what age did you start like growing interest in gardening?
Well, as I mentioned before, my dad was a keen gardener.
Yes,
he was always in the garden. He had lovely roses and flowers. So I think I must have picked it up in my childhood from him. And then it just developed naturally from there, really.
From childhood you had
my childhood. I've always sort of loved looking at the garden and helping my dad in the garden. As I say, my siblings weren't interested at all, but I was always in the garden with my dad, you know, trimming the roses or helping cut the hedge and cut the grass. I don't know. It's just one of those
So I
things.
suppose from young age you've seen your dad, your interest group, because to be honest with me, I didn't know much about gardening till I got married, and I was in Bangladesh that time. One of the SP uncles said to me, "Come and see what your father-in-law's grown in my garden." He used to live in that place,
Oh,
and
right.
he showed me pan. You know pan, the
Yeah. Fun.
he showed. I first time in my life I saw a palm tree plant growing,
Yeah.
and other things, coconut trees and other. My father-in-law actually grew in the garden, and I've never ever. And I was really. I thought, seriously, people do these kind of things. They grow all this. I was in my early 20s, or yeah, when I found out about gardening and how people do,
Oh.
and I was fascinated.
It doesn't
Because
matter
I've never
really
seen it.
what age you are. Some people, I think a lot of people during lockdown got into gardening
Too many
because,
people got into
yeah, a lot of people, especially house plants, a lot of people confined to the indoors, ordering plants online and watching more YouTube videos and how to, maintain your plants indoors. So it doesn't really matter what age.
No, I'm just saying it's just because
Never
when
too
you're
late. Never
into
too
it,
late to develop a
no,
passion
of
for
course not. Of course.
gardening.
But it's true what you're saying. What I'm trying to say is because you've seen it from young age, you had that interest growing. It's like my son, because he's seen his grandfather, his dad, his uncle, everyone loves gardening. He started doing when he was 2, 3, start growing plants, and he's from young age where children playing games, he used to be outside planting, getting pots out, doing his rose plants and bushes and all that. So it's nice. I think when they see it from young age, if we bring our children out now, show them now, they will grow, and then this will be our next generation for gardeners.
Yeah. I think some people develop it quickly, some people never. Out of my 3 children, none of them, well, one of my daughters, she's into houseplants now, but in their sort of childhood, even though they could see I was constantly gardening, they never really picked
But they
it
never
up.
joined you.
You either have the interest or not. Maybe later in life you might develop it.
Oh, yes, of course. I've got one more question here. Mahmouda Prabha. Yeah, I know the feeling, especially when I visit museum and try to talk about the artifacts or ancient history with my husband, and he gives me the same blank look.
Yeah, you either love something, and you can't force people to sort of like what you.
I know.
And they just have to put up with it,
That's it. I've got Richard Karaman said, I saw your videos about germination in the water bottle, sorry, when you are planning to put them outside.
At the moment, I'm not going to put them outside because it's really cold and they'll just sit there and they'll just probably stay dormant. So I'll keep them indoors, let them germinate, and until it's about May, then I'll put them outside. I'll probably repot them, if they've grown a certain amount. They won't be in there forever. But that video was really about for people who've got limited space, who don't have a garden, as an alternative. Say you've got a small balcony. The bottles that I used were quite small, but the bigger bottles you could fit more in, and you could put them on your balcony, and they act as like a little mini greenhouse. So it was really for the people who have got limited space, don't have a garden. It was an idea for them, to try. Because it shouldn't be just for people who've got gardens, people who haven't, and they still got the passion there, then why not, do what you can, basically.
Of course. I'm just smiling reading this comment here. Mahmoud Tiwais, Humayun Kabir, I requested Rukia Kabir to please sing a garden song. Yeah, as if that would never happen. Me and singing, no thank you.
Bangladesh got talent.
Joythi Paul said, I watched Louise your germination procedure video. It was very helpful. Oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
Know.
Yeah.
Oh,
glad you found it helpful.
Yes, of course. It's a great thing, isn't it? When people are finding you helpful and using it, it will motivate you to do more and help as well, isn't it? So should we have a quick look at your garden, because we haven't looked at your garden?
Okay.
Should we do that? And then I'm sure everyone keen and waiting to. So let's
Yeah,
have
you
a
can
quick
see
look.
what it looked like in the summer, my front and my back garden. So
Oh, yes. Let's have a quick look at your garden. Wow, that was amazing. So I just saw a palm tree in your garden. Is that in
yes,
your garden?
I've got 3 types of ban. So
Seriously, I never knew they
ban.
grow in UK.
I've got one behind. I don't know if you can see. It's tucked
can
away
see
over
space.
there. It's growing up a pole. That's a
Oh,
Sri
wow.
Lankan pan. Then I've got Bangla pan, and last year I brought back from Bangladesh cassia pan, and
Oh,
it's not
wow.
quite pan, but I've got chujal.
So do you even eat pan? Do you like chewing pan?
I
and
don't
things?
know. I don't.
No?
I did it. I did eat it when I lived in Sylhet, because
Right.
one of my sister-in-laws used to give it to me, and I got very red teeth. And when I came back to
And
England,
red teeth, red lips.
I stopped eating it then. Occasionally, the odd time I'll eat the leaf, but it's the look of the vine that interested me. And I started
wow.
growing pan back in 2012 when
wow, it's been a long
my
time.
husband's brother-in-law, his sister's husband, brought a small Bangla pan cutting from Bangladesh for me. And
Wow.
I grew that for 8 years, and then in, was it 2020? That one, it died. You know, it lived its life 8 years. So I got a replacement Bangla pan, and I got cassia pan.
Oh, wow.
And if you have a look at my YouTube channel, shown there, you'll see lots of my videos on Bangla pan and cassia pan and different types of how to keep them alive. I recently did a video to show you how to keep them alive in the UK, because they're not the easiest to grow. They're not they're a little bit tricky. You can suddenly get them to grow, and then they will just die very, very quickly. So
very quickly because of the weather change, I suppose. Yeah. We've got a question here, Shakar Mukul saying, does banana tree stay outdoors in the winter?
Certain ones. The only one that really you can grow outdoors here in the UK is the Musa Bajju, the hardy Japanese banana. So anything else like dwarf Cavendish, I had a tinny Tampa banana tree, and that's died. You know, you can't keep those outside. They have to be brought in. So after the summer's over, you've got anything other than a Japanese banana, you have to bring that indoors. It will just die. In fact, my hardy banana that you saw in that clip there, it's wrapped up and it's outside, but it will have probably, the stem will have probably deteriorated, but it will grow new shoots from the base.
Right.
But yeah, they're not. Weather
It's
here
tricky.
isn't great.
Yeah, it's the weather, isn't it?
Greenhouse, a heated greenhouse, or you've got a big conservatory, then you'd have to grow it in there. But
Yes, true.
I have seen people actually get flowering bananas on their trees outside, but the plants have to be quite mature, about 5 years old and pretty big.
Right.
So yeah, and a lot of people down south. So I have contact with people via YouTube and through Facebook who've successfully grown them and got bananas, but the bananas are not edible. They're very seedy. They've got too many seeds in them. But it's nice to see. It's nice to look at.
Of course, it looks lovely. I've got another comment here. Mahbub Musha saying, from your post, I noticed that more into vegetable gardening. Me as a keen flower gardener, I really wonder what made you go for vegetables gardening instead of flowers.
Actually, I love flowers. So maybe because I've only posted in the BGS forum about vegetable growing, but I do. My main passion is tropical plants, and I grow a lot from seed. But I do like my flowers, so maybe because they don't come under the tropical umbrella. Roses and fuchsias and aquilesias. If you've seen in the video there, you'll see lots of flowers, my hanging baskets. So equally, I would say equally, I like my flowers as well as my veggies, and so both are equal in my opinion anyway.
That's good. Mahmouda Prabha said, you are holding your father's legacy, Louise.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's very nice.
That is. Shakar Mukul said that Gigi Garden Gossip is super hit show already. Oh. Thank you, boy. Thanks. Thank you. We've got another comment here. Rezwan Islam. Me too, alhamdulillah. They are just like my family. Only the 3 kg dog of my neighbors hates me for some reason.
Oh dear.
Okay. I think I was going to say 3 kg loud, but it was a dog. Sharkar Mukul, loved your family. You really are green lover. Oh, that's true.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely. Mahmouda Prabha, the splash of your continuing journey of gardening and everything was beautifully presented in this video. True.
Oh, thank you.
So true.
Well, I have to give credit to the people behind the scenes who are,
keeping this,
creating this.
Got Joy 3 Pauls here. Nice photos in Bangladesh.
Oh, thank you.
Rezwan Islam, beautiful collections of photos. Wow. Everyone's loving the pictures. Mahmouda Prabha said, never seen Sri Lankan purple pan.
It's not purple, it's green. It's very dark. It's very dark green.
Oh, okay.
Very small. I'll pop a picture all the time on the BGS.
Yes, I think that would be lovely. I think you're the first person that I've known. I mean, there might be others, but I've never seen anyone's garden pan before. I mean, only I've seen in Bangladesh, and now you're the second person in 23 years later I've seen pan in a garden. Yeah, wow. I mean, I shared a pan story without knowing that you grow pan in your garden. Wow. Anwar Khan said, I like to eat pan when I do overeating.
It's good to digest the food, yeah.
And I think Anwar Bhai pretty much all the time will be doing overeating because he's got a wife who cooks and grows amazing vegetables. So
right.
It's an everyday thing for him.
That's his excuse to eat.
Exactly. Mahmoud Tinku said, Louise, you really have passion for pan and garden.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it is one of my favorite indoor plants to grow is pan. So I'm always looking on the internet for any new varieties of beetle leaf. I got a red variety of a pan. I don't know if I've got it nearby that I can show you. No, it's not. It's
No?
not here.
You
But
can
it's a
post
red
it,
variety, so I'm always on the lookout for new varieties, and I don't mind doing swaps with people. If people are growing different varieties of pan out there in the UK and they want to swap with me, a few cuttings, I don't mind doing that.
But do you try all of them though?
Pardon?
Do you like trying all the different pans?
I'll have a taste of them because then you get to know the differences. So I have
That's
a
what I
nibble
mean.
on the leaf.
Some are quite strong though,
Some
aren't
have
they?
got a very strong taste,
Yes.
and
Yes.
others are very mild and sort of like there's nothing,
It's like burn your mouth, don't they? Some of them.
Yeah,
Quite burning sensation.
you can tell it's beetle leaf when you've put it in your mouth. You'll know it's the real deal.
Yes,
Because
definitely.
some people, a lot of people bringing pan over nowadays, so it's very common. But when I was starting to grow it back in 2012, I didn't know anybody. I used to look on the internet to see if anybody could tell me how to look after this in the UK, what kind of soil and everything. And for a number of years, there was nobody to talk to about it, who was growing it here in the UK.
Yes, of course,
Now on YouTube, you see lots of people bringing them over, and some people have good success with it, and others not so.
Wow, I think we might get so many BGS members now getting interested in growing pan after seeing your collection. That's amazing. I'm really wowed by it. It's really good. Yeah, we've got one more comment here. Humayun Kabir. Louise, I'm from Dhaka. Do you like tetul and boroi?
Oh yeah, definitely. I
think he's going to open a business soon with this.
When I was a child, I remember my dad used to have a tin, and in this tin, he used to keep tetul, or we used to call it tetoi, not tetul. So tetoi, and there was another thing. I think it was called amra. And they looked like little tiny snakes. They were these little sort of black, wiggly, little black wiggly things. And I used to literally just eat that raw, not mixed with anything. I used to break a bit off, and I loved the taste of it. Sticky and sour. And boroi, I like boroi. When I go to Bangladesh, my last visit to last year, and I was in Dhaka New Market, and I was looking at all the different types of boroi. I didn't know there were so many different varieties. Really? I knew the round one, the deshi boroi, and I knew the kul boroi, or we used to call it dakhaya boroi. We used to call
the bigger one, little bit
bigger, the oval shaped one. So I knew those two types, but I didn't know all these other ones. There were Thai ones. There was apple boroi. There were some other types there. So I got to taste all of those. My favorite was apple boroi. I really like them.
I know, like you said, the two common ones I know as well. So I'll have to look into it next time. I've got another question for you here. Mahmouda Prabha, if I may ask, what is your second favorite thing to do after gardening, Louise?
Second favorite thing to do after gardening. You mean like hobby wise?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about your hobby, but I think it's
So hobbies. I used to do, not so much now, but I used to be very into fruit carving. I did a lot of fruit carving for carving melons into different designs. So I did that for a number of years. Yeah, so I did that for about 10 years. And then I had problems with my shoulder, had an operation on my shoulder, had an operation on my eye, and then my wrist started playing up. So I don't do it now, but that was a hobby then. And I used
quite
to
difficult, isn't it? You need a lot of strength and to do that. It's not easy.
Yeah,
you guys make it look easy.
Your wrist and your shoulder does ache because I used to create these. Sorry, I didn't even add it into the little picture.
Yes, you should.
Video there. But I did have.
And you can put it on the group later so people can look at it, what you've done, your beautiful work.
Yeah, I did have a Facebook. I don't use it now, but the Celebration Fruit Carvings. If you have a look on there, you'll see my fruit carvings from way back. What I used to do. They were mainly for weddings and mendies and
But you don't do it anymore.
yeah,
for
those
that.
kind of things. So I did a number for quite
A
a
number
few.
of years, yeah. Yeah, no, you guys make it look really easy, but I know it is very tough. I try to do it sometimes on a small apple and it goes so wrong. I can never do it. I mean, on YouTube, like, you know, when you look at it, oh, that's easy, I can do it. And then when I go to do it, I'm like, not my cup of tea. I can't do it. Yeah. I've got another question for you here. Mahbouba Sultana, can you please tell me how to save my lemon plant from frost? This year, my lemon plant was damaged by frost, but it was in the conservatory, and my husband forgot to turn the radiator on while I was sick. I pull all the leaves and little branches. Give me some tips. I love your garden. Aww.
Well, I don't know if I can help you because I'm in the same boat as you, because my lemon trees were all my lemon. I have a Mayor lemon and 2 Washington Navel orange trees were in my greenhouse, sort of like a plastic greenhouse outside, fully wrapped with fleece and wool packing, and they suffered very, very badly because I think this year, this winter that we've just had in December was the most severe frost that we've had in a number of years. So a lot of people are in the same boat as is it Mahbouba? We're in the same boat where these citrus trees, they just can't tolerate the very cold temperatures. I know some people have grown them outside, but they tend to be next to buildings where there's heat, and they seem to be a hardier type of citrus. I'd suggest cut all the dead leaves off and trim off any dead wood as well. Trim off the dead wood, give it some water, but don't keep watering it. You'll just drown the roots, and put it in I don't think the temperatures are going to go too cold now. If it's in a conservatory, you don't want it in a very hot place. The heat will cause more damage than good. So a cool place, but plenty of light. So if you've got it in the conservatory, I presume you've got plenty of light in there. It's one of these things. My citrus trees, I think I've lost 3 and I've had them 7 years. So what worked previously, last year they were fine over winter. They lost some leaves and then they grew them back in the summer and flowered. But this year, I think I've totally lost my Mayor lemon. So I don't think I can advise you. There might be some other good citrus growers in the group that can give you some advice on that, in the BGS group. Better growers than me. I'm certainly not the expert when it comes to citrus, but I'm in the same boat, I'm afraid.
Oh, we've got another question here, Shakar Mukul. My 7 lemon trees from Bangladesh are struggling too, as this year frost was worse. But don't worry, it will dormancy period and it will come back in summer, inshallah. So,
yes,
okay,
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed that they will.
Yeah, inshallah, let's hope so. Mahmouda Prabha said, hopefully we will be able to set a trend of growing palm in UK. See, I told you. A lot of people are going to love this idea. It's gone. Then we've got another comment here. Anwar Hanbhai said, as you spent some time in Bangladesh, can you express your feeling about Bangladeshi culture? That's a good question.
I don't answer that. When you say culture, do you mean like music and that kind of thing? My husband's side of the family, they're quite, into singing, classical music. So I got to, watch my husband's older brother, the classical musician, and he used to be on the TV quite a lot. He doesn't. He's not so much now. He's got a bit older, but So I'm no good at singing, and I don't often understand what's being, sung. But I like to watch people. But
You enjoy the
participating
music.
in that, I won't be able to sing a song to save my life.
So what about like Bangladeshi street food, Bangladeshi clothes,
Oh yeah.
sari,
Oh, the
makeup,
food, yeah,
jewelry?
definitely. I like, my favorite snack food or street food is chotpoti. So I like chotpoti and
Oh,
fushkas. And I learned how to make fushkas myself.
oh, really? That's it. We're all coming to
Sarah,
Manchester. We're
I
coming to
made
yours.
fushka. Now I know you can buy them ready made now, and you just
Yeah.
have to throw them in the oil and they puff up. But
Oh,
before that happened, I used to make my own fushkas. They're all a bit
the whole
in
thing,
shape,
actual thing. Wow.
really, really hard. And people have eaten my fushkas and said, they were really good. So, but hard work, they're not easy to make.
Yeah. Time
Nowadays,
consuming,
you just
isn't
get
it?
them ready made, and it's. But yeah,
True.
so
That nowadays, yeah.
I like that, and I like Bangladesh murgi roast. Murgi roast,
You like the
roast.
murgi roast?
I do like that, and I like the kati biryani.
Oh, the famous Bangladeshi
Yeah,
biryani, kachi biryani. Yeah. Can
yeah.
you make that? Can you make biryani or kachi
I make
biryani?
biryani. Yeah, probably not as good as they make it in Bangladesh, but yeah, I can make certain things, and I'll try and follow. I think there's some Bangla Ranagor. There's a group on Facebook, Bangla Ranagor, and I'll go on there and I'll see what recipes they've got and have a go, and try them. And I like other snack food, different names for it in different parts of Bangladesh.
Yes.
Soy fita, Nuner Bora. Yeah, they're two of my favorite snack
Do you
food.
know the Silet they call handesh? Do you know handesh?
Handesh, yeah. The
one
gurid,
you make.
handesh.
Yes. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, my dad used to make those every Eid. Big fan of them. Yeah.
Yes. So we've got another question here. Rizwan Islam. Louise, ma'am, which part of Ireland was your mum from? Ireland is like my second home.
Sligo, a place called Tobacurry. Tobacurry is the place that my mum's ancestors and where she was born before coming to the UK.
Right. I've got another question for you here. Mahbub Mushed, you look very fit and lively person for your age. Ooh. What is your secret? Is gardening to play the sole role for that?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not as fit as you might be imagining that I'm very fit. I'm not very fit at all.
You look amazing, though.
I don't do any heavy gardening now. I used to have an allotment years ago. I had an allotment, and it was quite a big one, and a lot of digging involved. And I was a lot slimmer then, so it did help then. But because I had problems with my shoulder, I had an operation. The consultant said, "No more digging for you." So,
that's why you have to take
this strain on the shoulder. So now I do container gardening. So it's not as laborious. So a lot of my stuff is in containers, and I have my garden at the back isn't huge, so it's manageable for me.
Good. Yes, sure. You want to do something what you enjoy, but also look after your health and not injure yourself.
Yeah. You've got to take a balance, when it comes to.
Of course.
You don't want to be putting your back out or pulling muscles in your shoulders and stuff. It takes the enjoyment then out of the gardening.
That's it, exactly. I've got another question here. Anwar Khan said, we have more than 200 indoor plants, but don't have any palm plant. If I can get a cutting of palm plant, we can add this to our indoor collection.
Oh, right. Well, I might do a swap with you. If you've got 200 plants, you'll have to give me a list of what you've got, and I might be interested in something that you're growing, and we
that sounds interesting. Yeah, see, your palm plant is going to make you very famous now. Everyone's going to be after your palm plant cutting. Krish Islam, hello, how are you all? Watching you from USA. Wow.
Well,
I
thank
spent
you.
6 years in Dhaka. I just came back last year. You speak Bangla very well. Wish I could speak as fluently like you.
Oh,
Wow.
thank
Great
you.
compliment, yeah. Oh, so nice to know that people are watching from USA. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
What time is it there? Gosh, it must be
They're
probably around
before
about
me.
4 o'clock, maybe 4 in the
Mm,
afternoon, maybe.
Yeah, yes, probably afternoon time. Yes, Bangladesh will be night, and there, yes.
Yeah.
So, yes. So I've got another comment here, Mahmouda Prabha. I can imagine how beautiful would be your dining table just to look at, with all your carving, decorating, along with the mouth-watering foods you've made. Pardon me, I'm
Oh,
talking about full advantage of the imagination. I can imagine anything and everything just from listening or reading words. Oh wow,
oh.
she has got very good imagination. Yeah, and actually true, especially you know your carving is
Well,
amazing.
you don't have
and
to
all.
imagine. Is it Mahmouda?
Yeah,
Have a
Prabha.
look at my YouTube channel. I've got some
Mm.
carvings on there. I did a little carving demo, so you can see some of my fruit carvings on there and how I actually did them. I entered a competition was it last year or the year before? Sorry, 2 years
Mhm.
ago.
2
There
years
was
ago.
a competition on the internet, and this chap was asking people, Bangladeshi people, to send in their entries, their carving entries, and I think I got second place.
Wow,
Yeah, so I got second place, and I got this little trophy sent to me.
wow,
So
that's amazing. That is
yeah,
very
so
rewarding.
the YouTube channels, go and have a look on there, and you'll see my
Wow.
carvings. You'll see my ban plants. Louise Ahmed, UK tropical plant grower.
Excellent. We've got another. Oh, Noor Jahan Begum. She said, "Hi, watching from Bangladesh."
Oh wow, you're
It's
a
quite
night
late
owl
there.
then.
No? Wow,
Bit
I
like
think
me.
3.
Sometimes I'm like that, I'm up till the early hours of the morning.
I know. Wow. Nice to know people watching all around the
Yeah,
world.
lovely.
I've got here Humayun Kabir. Thanks to BGS team for organising such a wonderful event.
Yeah,
Everyone's loving to have you
yeah.
on the
Thank
show.
you. Yes, yeah. I'm saying thank you as well to BJF. It's very
Oh,
nice to organise this.
of course.
Having this lovely gossip.
Yes, and everyone now going to be after you for your pun cutting, definitely. And I've got Mahmouda Prabha here saying, you must try Kajal Rekha Apu's Kachi Biryani and roast Louis. I'm sure you will
Oh,
love them.
lovely.
Yes,
Um,
that is definitely something you must try.
oh,
Yeah, yes, highly recommended. Rizwan Islam saying, as I mentioned earlier, my second brother was born there, and my dad was a doctor in the Central Hospital of Sligo in
oh,
the
wow.
80s. Wow, beautiful little place with lovely people.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
wow.
I've never been to Sligo. I was hoping this year to go and see where. Well, I think my grandfather's buried there. There aren't any family members there now, but we managed to trace sort of through the ancestry, the ancestry website.
Yes, yes.
Managed to find out, relatives going back a couple of generations, so great grandparents, and going back to the
wow,
1800s.
that's really interesting. Yeah, so that would be nice if you go and visit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Anwar Khan said, exchange will be a very good idea, Louise. This is called share and care. Perfect, right?
Yes. You share as well. I'll
exactly.
share.
So he's happy to do it with you. So yeah, I think you guys will. If he's got 200 plants, you will be there for a long time to decide which one to take. 200. Wow.
You'll have to publish your list of 200 plants. What you've got.
I think you should FaceTime, and then he'll show you every
Yeah.
single one.
Or do it on the BGS. Do it on the BGS for.
Yeah, true. Everyone can have a look at his 200
Yeah.
plants. I would love to have
We could do a swap, plant swap.
See, there's another idea, guys. BGS plant swap ideas now. Cutting, swapping cuttings, and yeah, we've got another comment here. Nilifar Mushad, Louise, your garden is. Louise, you're going to be a star after this.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Can I have your autograph, please? Can I have the autograph first? Yeah.
Fame at last. Fame at last.
That's Krish Islam said, "Oh, it's 4:10 in the afternoon." So in America, it's 4.
Oh, wow.
Oh, afternoon. So we were quite close.
Afternoon. Oh, in the afternoon, yeah. So it's not in the
Yes.
early hours of the morning, right?
No. Bangladesh is in the early hours of the morning. So Nur Jahan, she's in Bangladesh. So early hours.
My husband's family, he's got a niece in New Jersey, and he's got a nephew living in Canada. Canada's
Are they
a lovely
watching us?
place. I don't know. I put it out there. You know, it's on my Facebook. I put it out there saying, "Look, guys, 9 o'clock.
No, it's okay.
So whether they watch it or not, you know, they might be busy working and
Yeah, of course.
what have you.
I'm
Because if
just
it's
joking.
4 o'clock, they might be. Yeah, they might be at work.
Still at work.
Yeah.
At work, yes, of course. I've got here a question, not question. Polash Lutfur Rahman saying, Assalamu alaikum. Afa
Walaikum salam.
Balani. So Balani means, are you okay?
Asbala.
We're both okay. We're having fun. We're too busy gossiping. Mahmoud Tinku said, Louise, you really have passion for pan and garden.
Oh, yes. I do.
Definitely. Humayun Kabir, Louis, how can we engage our new generation in gardening?
Well, I think programs like this, you know, programs in English. So not everybody speaks Bangla. You know, the younger generation might not be fluent in it. So a program like this is ideal, I think. You know, they could come on and ask questions in English about plants, you know, gardening, etc.
But and they'll feel comfortable as well. I think yes.
Sometimes it's not something you can force on people. You know, you either have the interest or you don't. Like I say, out of my family, I'm the only one that really is into gardening. You know, out of my siblings, and there was nothing different in the environment for them.
No,
you know,
the upbringing and the environment.
Yeah, some people are drawn to it, and others.
Yes.
I've sort of like, you know, take it or leave it.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, no. I've got some questions ready for you for rapid fire. Are you ready? I didn't mention that actually before, did I? So my viewers don't know as well. So every episode that I do, I will get some questions ready to find out about yourself and also a little bit of knowledge about BGS. So I've got 5 questions ready for you. Okay, and you're going to get very limited time, few seconds to answer these. Are you ready?
Okay.
The first question, number 1, how many BGS members are there now?
I think there's about 10K, I think.
Oh, very good. 10.3K. Well done.
Right.
Very impressed. Okay. Name 5 BGS members.
Okay, so you, Rukia Kabir.
Oh.
Jasmine Chowdhury, and there's Daisy Syed, and Shaka Mukul, and I've forgotten his name, Syed Shumon.
Well done, you got 5. Excellent. I'm sure if you think about it, you'll have more, won't you? Yes. Now, this is about question about you. What is your favorite Bangladeshi vegetable?
Favorite Bangladeshi vegetable? I'd have to say the sim.
Sim?
Sim, yeah, the hyacinth bean.
Yeah. What about Koddu, Bangladeshi Lao?
I like it. I like the look of it, but I can't digest it, to be honest with you. When I've tried it, you know, it repeats on me. I think it's just one of those. It's a bit like cucumber. I struggle digesting it. So,
I see.
But the beans I can eat, no problem.
Yeah, the beans are my favorite too. What's your best holiday destination and why?
Well, the last, I'm trying to think. Bangladesh I go to anyway, so I don't sort of class that as a holiday.
It's like a second home, isn't it?
Canada. Went to Alberta, place in Canada, Lake Louise, named after me.
You definitely have to go there.
Place. Absolutely beautiful place, and it was on my wish list that I wanted to visit Lake Louise. I saw it in a picture, and I said, one day I'm going to go there. And in 2018, me and my husband, we went out there, and he's got family in Toronto. So we got to visit that, and at the same time we visited Niagara Falls as well. So Canada is a lovely place to go, and I'd like to go back again.
Definitely. No, I love Canada as well. I've been there, yes. So, and the last question for you, what was the first plant that you grew from a seed?
The first plant, actually, when I was in Bangladesh in 1979, I did get a fruit, the atta or cherimoya, from my late brother, my half brother. His in-law brought this fruit, and I'd never had it before. And I thought, wow, this is really nice. Custard apple, I think the other
Oh,
name.
yes, custard apple. Yes, yes, yes.
So I planted the seeds of that, but I came back to England before they sprouted. But I planted it, and it was only, I think, a couple of years later, I heard that had actually grown, and there was a tree there for
Wow.
many years. But every time I went back to Bangladesh, I never got to go to the village for one reason or another.
Oh,
So I never saw the tree, and then it got blown down in the wind, a hurricane. So I never
oh,
actually got to see that tree, but I actually planted that from that fruit, and
amazing. What?
and then I brought some seed back from Bangladesh, a chili seed, a little round chili, that same year, and then I planted the chili seeds, and I think it was 9 little chili plants. So
Wow.
I actually saw those because I grew them here. So chili was the first thing really to be, grown by me. And there was a tree in Bangladesh that I never saw, but people
Okay, but at
told
least
me
you've heard
about.
about it.
Yeah.
Amazing. I've got a comment here, Rezwan. I think the presenter of today is a new start to
Yes.
loving the lively show.
Yeah, you've been a great host, Rukia.
Thank you so much, guys. It's a great confidence booster, and especially the first show, you need that. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Shorkan Mukul said, love the rapid fire. Thank you. We'll get more questions ready later as well for next one. Precious Love. Oh, Lake Louise is breathtaking. Oh,
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning place.
I'm gonna Google that tonight.
Oh yeah, do.
Yeah, definitely. Joshri Datta said, sorry, I'm too late. Going Bangladesh in a few days, so running awful busy. Forgot about it. It's okay. You can watch it on repeat. It's
not
fine.
to worry. I'm not to worry.
Plenty more to come, so don't you worry, my dear. Joshua said, great to see you both, Rukia and Louis, Rukia, Bobby and Louis. Aww. Thank you for your lovely message, though. I know, when you're so busy, but she got that time out for us. That's so sweet.
So getting ready for Bangladesh. I know what that's like. Yeah, all that packing and whatnot.
Amazing feeling. Amazing feeling. I wish
Cramming everything into the suitcase.
Yeah. No. So now we are coming to the end of our program. Is there anything you would like to say to our audience, our viewers? Any kind of advice or anything to our BGS members?
Well, I think you've all been really kind, on this program. You've given some lovely messages to us both. Yes. And if you're new to gardening, always ask. If you never, it's never, it's not an embarrassing thing to do. Make mistakes. Don't worry about it. Try again. That's how you learn. I'm still learning. You never stop learning when it comes to the garden. You learn things from different people, and I think the internet is a great tool to reach out, to people and ask questions. Like people have asked about how to look after the lemon trees and what have you over the winter period, and then you can say, well, it's not just you; it affects people as well. We're not all sort of like brilliant gardeners. Everybody's got the successes and failures, so don't worry about it.
And BGS is the perfect platform for it. So everyone's sailing on the same boat. Everyone's doing the same hobby, saving.
What's happened, and hopefully somebody has an answer or can share with you their experience and say, well, actually that happened to me as well, but this is how I fixed it.
Of course. No, that's amazing. No, thank you so much. Oh, Shorkan Mukul said we're already doing gossip 1.5 hours. Very well done too. But 1.5 hours. Wow. See, time goes quick when you're having fun.
Falling asleep. Well,
No, it was.
keeping everybody up now on a school night. On a school night, and we'll
You don't have to worry about work though. That's nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going back tomorrow after 10 days, so getting up tomorrow morning is going to be difficult. And a lovely break though. No,
Oh.
it was a pleasure having you on my
Oh,
first
thank you,
ever
Rukia.
episode.
Been lovely talking to you and
Same
chatting
here.
with the people who are popping up in the messages. So it was really nice.
Yeah, thank you so much, and it will be great to see you face to face one day, inshallah, with our
Inshallah.
BGS
Yeah,
platform.
yeah.
You know.
If you're ever up in Manchester,
Oh yes, I love
No.
Manchester. I'll be there soon. Inshallah. Thank you so much for coming on our show and giving us your precious time and sharing all these lovely ideas. Thank you so much. Thank
thanks
you,
very
BJ.
much. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you everybody for watching our show. I hope you liked it, and inshallah see you very soon. Good night and see you all very soon. Assalamu alaikum.
বিদেশ তোরে বিদেশ স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর হবে না তো